Sibling Rivalry listeners. Yeah, Bob,
why you trying to get the first word in? Why you trying to? Whenever y'all don't know this, we do the clap slave. Monet always trying to jump to say the first word. Y'all don't like Monet be like.
I don't have the emotional bandwidth for this today. Can you behave yourself? Can you try to be on your best behavior in front of company? Can you try?
First of all, we about to double team you. We both from Georgia. You about to get double teamed, honey.
Can you try to have some couth? Ladies and gentlemen,
go ahead. Do it since you're so damn desperate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the pod a friend of the pod in our heads in real life, because I've hung out with her in real life. Bob is only a parasocial friendship.
That's not true.
The fabulous Amber Wallen.
Hey everybody, this is a dream come true
for us too. Me and Amber do hang out in real life more times than you and Amber have hung out actually. Clock that tea.
It's not a competition.
Monet was in St. Lucia, to be fair.
I was.
And nobody was invited.
I'm not going to let you cook the entire pie. Monet was in St. Lucia.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you. I'm an advocate.
Amber, you better get kicked off the podcast. You keep taking over. You keep coming out as Monation. You better get kicked off the pod.
I'm fully in your man's room right now, so let me be on my best behavior.
For those who don't know, Amber Wallen, I mean, how would you describe yourself? An actor, a social media influencer, a stand-up comedian, and also, I feel like you don't say singer, but you be singing.
You are a singer, for sure.
I be singing. I feel like I'm not. What do you say when you're like, I'm not a lead singer, but I think I can hold down some background vocals. That's how I feel.
I always say no one's gonna, well, actually it's changed a little bit lately, but I was like, I can carry a tune and no one's gonna no one's gonna be like, who is that?
Right.
If I'm singing a song, even if I don't sing the words, you'll recognize what the song is.
Oh, they'll say, who is that? All right. They want to know who it is.
Yeah, because they want to go to the Spotify.
Yeah, I mean, well, rewind really quick. Where did y'all hang out where did y'all go?
I've been to Amber's house like twice. We went to we go to comedy clubs together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we go to comedy clubs together. You mean you went once, Bob, with Amber?
No, I went with Amber to a comedy show. Amber came with me to a comedy show.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, Amber came to the studio. Me and Amber hung out like 5 times already.
Yes, we have. It's getting pretty serious.
I know, right? I mean, pretty much just we just hit it off. We were like immediately like great friends, and then Amber came to the studio. You know, I'm trying to bring people to come to hang out at the studio and like create and be creative there. And it's just been, I don't know. We really hit it off. We're both from Georgia,
right?
Where you from in Georgia again? Yeah, not Conyers.
I'm from Athens, Georgia.
Athens, Georgia.
Yes, so I think we smelled the Southern on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that where Paula Dean's from?
No, Paula Dean is from Savannah. No, from Savannah.
Got it. Okay.
Or she lives in Savannah. That's where her restaurant is. And Athens is UGA, the University of Georgia.
Right. Yes. Or Nini's from Athens, Phaedra.
Nini.
Yeah, any housewife head is basically like the most famous people from Athens at this point.
Word.
Exactly. So it's north of Atlanta.
I first got into the Amber Wallen consciousness. I was just one day just scrolling through my TikTok. I forgot what was the first one. I think it was definitely a video with you and Ben. And I just remember favoriting it and sending it to a bunch of my friends. I was like cracking up. I think one of the first ones I saw was you teaching him how to play spades. And like, Ben, no, when you gotta slam the card down like this.
Yes, because we were coming home and he had met my folks before, but the first time you're just meeting them, we all go get along. My mama has a big rule where it's like, if you come to my house for a second time, you ain't a guest no more. So The first time it was like, this is my brother's name, this is my sister's name, this is my mama, daddy, here's some customs. Now you need to know how to play spades. Oh my God, which breaks my heart, Bob. I gotta reintroduce you to spades. I love spades.
I'm traumatized. I know. I was a kid who, and you know how intense a game of spades can be.
With me bros, absolutely.
Literally. And it's hard for me to like, when me and Monet and Andy and Jacob and other friends play this game called Anomia. And I am very quick, but sometimes when it comes to looking at stuff and immediately doing math or coming up with the words, and like within like a split second, my brain just takes a moment. And there would be a lot of times where I would quote unquote leave my kids in the street I don't know
Right.
if y'all know what it means, but Monet, leaving your kids in the streets mean when you have won a hand, but you didn't pick it up fast enough,
Right.
someone else feels that they have the right to just take your hand
They
and it's
do.
now theirs because you left your kids in the street.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, you
So
don't
my
need
kids
no
were
acting or improv classes if you grew up playing spades.
literally.
It'll
So
teach you how to yes and think
my
on your
kids stayed
feet.
in the streets. My kids were always in the streets. I was never picking them up. I was trying to do math. I was like, did we win this hand? And my
If you won the book, your partner should pick them up though.
but yeah, why was it always my fault? Thank you. And my partner, whoever I was with, was always mad at me. I was always
Yeah.
cutting their cards. I was always it was too
It's a
much.
good game in relationships because when Ben would play, Ben can actually play spades pretty well now. So Monet, hopefully, if you've taught Andy how to play, we'll all get together and play.
The girl, I
Monet
can't
can't play
show you how to
spades.
play nothing. Ben will kick my ass in space. Ben will be like, Negro, please.
Monet is Caribbean. They don't play spades in the
We don't
Caribbean.
play spades.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
we
y'all
don't
play
play.
dominoes.
Dominoes, yeah, and we played dominoes. My mom was in town for a month, and we played dominoes at my house, and I whooped Bob's ass in dominoes.
Okay, Monet and I whooped my ass. There were four of us. I came in second place, and I want to remind you all that was my first time playing dominoes in probably 20 years.
You got, sometimes you just got to take that ass whooping just a little bit. Like if second, third, fourth, second and on, you kind of just gotta take it a little bit.
Also, the thing that Monet was being really weird about was that I bought 2 cases of dominoes. I bought 2 packs of dominoes. And Monet was like, why did you bring 2 packs of dominoes? I was like, I don't know. I just bought 2 and just in case. And Monet like, but why? Why would you ever bring 2? I was like, Monet, we don't have to use both. Just ignore the other pack.
Right.
Act like it's not here. Monet was flabbergasted.
It was 2 brand new packs.
2 brand new packs, yeah.
That is strange.
Thank you, Amber.
It's not that strange. Monet was like, grab dominoes, and I grabbed some dominoes.
Right.
You look at it show with pizza, bitch.
Right. That's a nice flex. Or what did you say? Like, oh, we're having a game night. It might be multiple people playing, so you grab 2 packs.
Well, I didn't know who I was going to be there. I guess I did know.
You did
but
know.
I just bought 2 packs of dominoes. I just bought 2 packs of dominoes.
That's a rich auntie flex right there. It's
Walk up to packs of dominoes like,
Yo, they were $9 from Target. I did not have custom made. I didn't have custom made. I went to the Target around the corner from Monet's place, grabbed the only pack of dominoes they had that wasn't like Domino's Excursion, Domino's Rio. They're like these weird versions, like it's like Domino's, oopsie. And I'm like, I'm just trying to play regular dominoes, y'all. Just regular dominoes.
Right. I feel like whenever I go home, let me know if this is like that for y'all, because all my family's in Georgia. So anytime I come home and do something just slightly extra, it's always like, oh, Hollywood can afford 2 packs of dominoes now.
Girl.
Like that's everything.
Girl, yes. I become Hollywood. They'll be like, oh, excuse me. I'm like, oh, I mean, it's just 2 packs of dominoes, guys. It's not that crazy.
Right. Like, let me buy the pizza. They're like, oh, Hollywood tipping. Oh, okay. I'm like, you happen to be tipping as well.
No, my family mostly lives in Mississippi. So Georgia is just me, my brother, my uncle. That's it. Me, my brother, my uncle. Me, Justin, and Uncle Steve. And my Uncle Scotty. But everyone else, not everyone else, but the bulk of my family lives in Mississippi. We got some Kentucky. We got some Utah. Oh my God, I was just in Utah. I didn't call my uncle.
Ooh.
He'd be all right.
Well, I don't think I've only ever worked. I don't have. Oh no, I do. I have a cousin that lives in Utah right now, actually. Which you have a big ass family, like you, because I see you and Ben, y'all go to these like family reunions, and it's a lot. Have the 2 families. Are they reunionizing yet, or is it still separate reunions y'all be doing?
They got together for just the wedding. So we got married in 2019 in May.
Oh, right before the pandemic.
Right. Life was good, but then it all went to shit. And now I feel like we've only been married for 5 years, but I feel like if you got through a relationship during the pandemic, y'all been in it for a while. Like that became like dog years.
No, truly. That's real. That is the realest shit ever.
Because like, I signed up to marry you. I didn't sign up to be with you day in, day out, every day, sun up, sun down. Like I actually married the version of you that goes to work. And
literally. Well, what were you and Ben doing before you became the Amber Wallen, social media
Of
star.
TikTok.
Yes.
What is the title now? So it's so funny because maybe about 10 years ago, Ben and I were both teachers in Chicago. So I taught high school geometry, and he taught 6th through 8th grade math and science.
So you're good. So you're good with math.
Yeah. I'm good with geometry. I do algebra pretty well too.
Monet, what's a hypotenuse?
Hypotenuse?
Yeah, what's a hypotenuse?
You mean a hypothesis?
No, a hypotenuse.
A hypotenuse angle?
What's a hypotenuse?
Are you talking about the hypotenuse angle?
Amber, can you tell Monet what a hypotenuse is?
Wait, no,
please?
Amber, Bob, do you know what it is?
Of course I know. I brought it up.
Monet, I did not co-sign this. I was just telling my story. I watched you in real time set Monet up.
Monet, tell us a hypotenuse. Okay, Amber, give us each a high school level geometry question. Now, I don't know what a hypotenuse is. I just know that it has something to do with geometry. What is a hypotenuse, though?
So the hypotenuse is the long, like, you know how you have a squared plus b squared equals c squared?
Yeah.
So the longest side is the hypotenuse of the
triangle.
Right.
Oh, that's right. So with the opposite, the long end of the triangle is the hypotenuse.
Yes. So, you know, like when you buy a TV and it'll say like, it's a 65-inch. That's actually the hypotenuse.
The diagonal.
I found that out. I
Right.
was like, this TV is not this length because they're talking about this way, which feels shady.
It is
shady.
very shady.
How is it shady?
Because when you tell me the TV 35 inches, I think my mind is like, oh, you mean left to right?
Left to right. Right.
No, but then no. I think that makes sense.
I mean, that's why you getting scammed. That's why you really should get scammed.
Because that's the longer distance. So they're trying to be like, ooh, it's bigger, it's better. But it's like, I'm not watching the show diagonally. So tell it to me.
All right, Amber, give us each a high school level geometry question and we'll see how we do.
Okay.
One at a time. You pick who goes first.
You said what?
You pick who goes first. It's one at a time. And we can steal, Monet. We can steal. If
Let me go with Bob first.
Yeah, because Amber, this is how it works. He gave you something to do. He started adding qualifiers. I could feel, and also I get to buzz it first.
Okay, Monet, do you agree to these rules?
Sure.
There we go. All right, I'm first. Right. You can only steal if I don't know it, though. You can't just jump in. That's not how that works.
Bob, I'm going to get you first.
Okay.
This is a question that has one answer, okay?
Okay.
Do you know the quadratic formula?
Okay, the quadratic formula is -b plus or minus this, or is that the quadratic equation?
No, you're doing right.
Negative b.
Don't
Money, don't be adding qualifiers. -b plus or minus the square root of b squared over 2a.
-b plus or minus the square root of c.
Okay,
I was closer.
It's hard because if both of you got something wrong, so we're starting well. There's some stuff missing under the square root. If we get that right, negative.
No, don't bring it up, Jacob. Don't bring it up. I'm covering it up. Don't bring it up. -b plus or minus square root of 4ac over 2a.
Square root. Okay, put the b squared part back.
-b plus or minus b squared plus 4ac over 2a.
Oh, it's minus 4ac.
Minus 4ac.
Very close.
But not close enough. Let's
see how you do, Monet.
If this was a test, the answer will be wrong. You don't get partial credit.
Let's see how you do, Mo.
Okay.
Don't put the answers up, Jacob, because we're doing steals.
This is just a fun one. I used to love asking students on
Monet gets the fun one.
All right. Monet.
Amber's like, Monet, are you having a good day? This is crazy.
Monet, here's your math question.
Uh-huh.
How do you measure a year?
In 525,600 minutes.
This is it's actually in daylights, in sunsets, in midnight, in cups of coffee.
I would do this at the beginning of the year to be like, who are all my gay students? So I can have my back for the rest of the year. And it worked every time.
Who are the gay students? I'm screaming.
Like, okay, Terrence.
I'll tell you that relates to my gay test. I'll tell you my gay test after the break. I always say a great gay test. I would say I will never take fashion advice from someone who doesn't know how many minutes are in a year. That is what I always say. You cannot give me fashion advice if you do not know how many minutes are in a year.
Right. That's it. That's it. Just have like a intro Zoom, like, thank you. This was a great Zoom call. I have one final question for you that's style related.
Yeah.
How do you measure a year?
Yeah, exactly. Wait, so you went to college for math?
No. So I actually went to college for journalism. Let me tell you.
Oh my God, girl, you have so many little alleys and byways. I love it.
We just try to make it through.
Yeah.
When I was a little girl, I'm sure we all did this when we were little girls.
For the Bruce Project.
Girl, I told my mama that I wanted to be an actor, a performer on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mother is a Southern Baptist woman, so she said, "You will be a great news anchor." I was like, that's kind of not really what I said, but okay. So I literally studied broadcast journalism in college because I was told that's how I would make my way to the screen.
I mean, low key is working.
You know what? The editing skills actually did pay off. So I'm not going to completely take the dip off a chip. And then senior year of college. Have y'all heard of like Teach for America or other service year programs?
Yeah. Andy did Teach for America for like a year or two.
Oh, nice. So I literally applied to Teach for America because it was senior year. I didn't have a job. And I was like, I know I want to be an actor or performer. So I'm just going to literally apply to any service year program. You get to pick 10 cities to apply for Teach for America. So I literally chose anywhere like that either was an entertainment capital or that was like above the Mason-Dixon line. Like I just wanted to leave the South so bad to see the world. So I got picked for TFA Chicago. So that's how I started teaching in Chicago. And then I stayed in my school a little while. And I met Ben when he was in grad school. He was about to be a teacher too. And I was like, hey, if I hold you, we started dating, but then after about a year of dating somebody, don't you be like, all right, let's make this make sense economically. Like, let's do this. If I hold you down.
I don't do it. My economics be separate.
If we fuck it, we need to come up with like a financial plan. Like, I'm not just going to be having sex with you and you live somewhere else. That's crazy to me in this economy. Now, see, you've been on TV. In this economy, when you ain't been on TV, you can't just be fucking people not living with them.
Okay, wait. So how did y'all meet? Did y'all meet on like a dating app or
Grindr?
IRL?
Nobody's about to say Grindr. Nobody's about to say Grindr.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Honestly, I was probably down so bad back then. I was probably a millisecond from making a Grindr account. I was like, where are they at? Where they at? I'll explain when they get here. Let me just get on the app.
So y'all met in real life then?
So we met on Tinder, but after like talking 1 or 2 days, I basically was like, have you ever had like a date that's not really a date? It's like a date that's like, I'm going to be here. If you want to pull up, this is where I'm going to be. If you don't, I'm going to be there.
It may not if someone I'm really into. Actually, no. I don't think I've ever. Have I ever done that?
Amber was like, I'm going to be at Barnes & Noble's. Come or don't.
I mean, the casualness of that is nice because like it feels like low stakes. And if the person's really into it, they'll show up. If they're not, they won't. And then you kind of got the message. So I do like that. That's actually that's a nice dating advice. That's good.
Tinder. It was like 2014 Tinder. So I was like, I'm probably not gonna be the love of my life here. Let me just let this man know he's a cute little white boy. I'll probably turn him out, I'm going to tell him I'm going to be at the dog beach. Feel free to come hang out with me and my dog if you'd like.
Wait, I thought the dog was Ben's dog. The dog is your dog?
Yes.
Oh, the dog's name is Gucci. You think Ben named his dog Gucci?
I mean, I don't know.
The answer is no, Monet. Have you met Ben? You think Ben's like, yeah, we about to name this dog Gucci. That just does not... Ben would have named the dog like Bartholomew or Carl. Price is Right math question.
Okay, now, I bought Gucci when I was in Georgia. I was about to
$10.
You're $1 off, Bob.
Was it 9 or 11?
9.
Because my dog was $10. We bought Grizzly in the parking lot at Walmart. And I was living in Phoenix City, Alabama at the time, and the Walmarts in the South are massive. You cannot fathom how big a Walmart is in the South. So and the parking lot is bigger than the Walmart. Correct. And then there's a big chunk of grass between the the parking lot and the street. And in that parking lot area, you can just do whatever you want. You can just hang out there. I guess it belongs to Walmart, but they didn't really care. So there
It's
was a lady
whole
with a
flea markets out there. Correct.
literally. So there's a lady out there with a box of dogs, and we walked by and we picked the smallest dog. And he I don't know if he was bigger than the other, but he ended up being a gigantic dog by the end.
This is
Yeah, we
Gucci's
bought
whole story.
yeah, we bought Grizzly for $10 in the parking lot at Walmart.
Y'all country people are wild.
Country.
Monet, I don't want to traumatize you, but you got some crazy animal stories too from St. Lucia. So don't act like from the country we crazy.
Monet, what's the cheapest animal you bought in St. Lucia?
Free. Honestly, all of my pets before Colleen were always free. Like
Right.
I was born into 2 of them. The other ones, like, because everyone knows everyone there. So like someone has like a litter of puppies. I'm like, do you want one? They just give puppies away.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, how you know they was free? They was born before you. How you know they was free? You wasn't there.
But I know my parents are not buy a dog. My mom is not. You met my mom. My mom is not buying no goddamn dog.
Kevin, we're not gonna buy a dog. No, miserable.
The names were Walk and Wine, and the one was a big black Labrador, and the one was a big chocolate Labrador.
Walk and Wine.
Yeah, it's a soca song. Walk and Wine.
So one dog's name was Walk, one dog's name was Wine.
Yeah, Walk and Wine.
That's hilarious. And it's how we had dog named Bump and Grind.
Right.
Bump and Grind. Okay, wait. So y'all, so y'all have you make a day to come to the dog beach. Ben doesn't have a dog, so you're at the you're at the beach, and does he show up? And you're like, oh my god, or like, was he late? Like, what was the tea?
No, I think he actually confirmed that he was going, and I think he was like 1 block away. So I was like, I think I see you. And he was wearing this that summer. He was a camp counselor, so he had on a like highlighter yellow bright shirt on.
I can't.
And I was like,
he was hooked.
I was like, you really needed some dick, huh? Like, you ain't never seen your hookup walking up being like, I'm gonna do this, but goddamn.
Girl, 100. Let me tell you something. The amount of benevolent blowjobs and ass I've given, it's crazy. Like
better than me. I will bail.
Really?
I will bail.
No.
I will leave during a hookup if it's not good.
No, I'll finish it out.
If the fit is not good.
No, like if I get a weird vibe from you or something, or if I don't like what's going on, or you don't look like your pictures, I will be like, oh, never mind, and I'll just turn around and leave. But if
he was like, I'm currently a camp counselor, so I'm wearing a very loud highlighter yellow shirt, but I promise you, I'm coming right after work because I want to see you. Like, it was like that.
I also want to say I really love Gucci. Gucci is such a sweet. This dog just loves rubs and has such a cute little boppable little nose. Gucci is such a cute dog. Your family is so cute. Wild is such a sweet. Your client. Your client is demanding but very adorable, and her love for cheese is universally understood. Quite frankly,
Are you? So when people with kids, right? Like, you're not obviously making a concerted effort to like having the arts, but her being your daughter, like she's exposed, like you're singing all the time, and like social media, like, are you hoping that she's gonna be a little starlet?
Sometimes, but sometimes I'm kind of like, do you, girl? Because I feel like we're that generation that our parents are always like, you an extension of me. Like, what you do wrong is an affront on me, whatever. And I'm really trying not to be like that. But I definitely will see her do some stuff. Like, sometimes every now and then she'll kind of say something with like a little bit of like a Southern accent. And I'm kind of like, oh, that's all me. Because she clearly doesn't live there. But like the way she'll pronounce something is so signature me or something. Or sometimes she doesn't understand that like adults speak in similes and metaphors. So I remember one time I was yelling at Ben in front of her, which I really try not to do, but he does stupid shit, like my hands are tied, And so
he put you against a rock and a hard place.
He did. Like, you did something so silly. And I was like, wow, Ben, you really dropped the ball with this. And she was like, drop ball, Dad. Dad, pick up the ball, Dad. Like, she just kept going in his face.
Okay. I'll tell a story about one time we were hanging out, and you can tell me if you want me to take it off the podcast. I don't think it's that bad, but they were hanging out, and then Wild kept being like, Amber, and she's like, no, you can call me Mom. You call me Mom. And she's like, okay, Mom. And then she was like, Ben, and he was like, yep, I'm Ben. That's me. I'm Ben. He's like, I think kids should be allowed to call you by your first name. Amber was
See,
like, well, Amber's like, you can call him Ben. I'm
right.
mommy.
Yeah, I don't think I want my kid to call me by their first name.
And they do that because they hear the other parent do it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, now there's a little bit of nuance sometimes with it. Like, I try to do a really good job of telling her that my name is Mom. But sometimes when I get all dressed up and I'm feeling good and I'm excited to go out and I'll come downstairs and she'll say like, oh, that's Amber. And so I kind of like that sometimes, if that makes any sense.
Amber stuns the girls, honey.
Yeah.
Amber stuns the girls.
Now, when she gets back out in here like braless and ain't bathed in a couple of days, now that's Mama. Like, I like that. I like that she's making that distinction. Like Amber is my drag name.
That's so funny. Well, one thing that this is one thing that I don't know how I could do with kids because I guess you just have to accept it. But we were sitting there, and then Amber made some cheese sticks, and then we had some. What is this pizza he's obsessed with?
Oh, quarter sheets, really great pizza spot.
It is good. It is good pizza. But I was like, I want to eat too. So Amber made her some cheese sticks. Then she had some pizza, but she would just take the crust off the cheese sticks and just eat the cheese. And then she take the pizza and just pull the cheese off.
Oh, so Wild just likes cheese.
Yes, love cheese.
Got it.
I was like, girl, you eat that pizza.
Tell Wild.
She'll put it back down, and then I'll just eat it.
Yeah. Enjoy it now, Wild, because in about 20 years, that cheese gonna mess you up, baby, and you will not be able to process it.
It didn't take me 20 years. I would say by 9 or 10.
Really? You were lactose?
Yeah, but I'm not lactose tolerant anymore. I also don't consume that much. But the other day I went to someone's house or somewhere, and they had a gallon of milk in the fridge, and I was like, "What in the 1990s?"
Like whole milk,
with the red cap on it.
2%.
I was like a gallon of whole milk is wild.
Do you know the worst thing when like when y'all like as a kid you leave milk in the fridge too long, then it curdles, you have to throw it out, and it would always be my job to throw it out, and I would literally be throwing out and throwing up at the same time, like watching the chunks. I can't do it.
Can I give you the probably the weirdest thing I do? If my oat milk or my almond milk goes bad, I'll still drink it.
Oh, most definitely. Got to just smell it. Just smell it.
Yeah,
what's wrong with y'all? Okay, wait, how bad? Like how many months?
Like past the date. Like if it's just past the date, but it still smells good, I'll still drink it.
But what's past the date?
If I say a week or less, I'm still smelling it. Now I'm not going into 2 or 3 weeks. That's insane.
I've never bought more than a half gallon of milk because I don't have a family of 10, and like going through a gallon of milk is first of all insane.
How big is the box? What is the box? Like is that
a half gallon? You know what a half gallon looks like?
That's like the box. It comes like a standard box, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just smell
half gallon between like the 3 of us and cooking stuff. Well, it would take a while to get through though. Still.
Yeah.
Now you're under some country. You're under some fire right now because of a meal you cooked recently.
Oh my gosh!
Wait, what? I missed this.
And it was a spite meal. It wasn't even I wasn't going crazy. I wasn't trying to say like, here's something that really my husband really loves. You girls should really get into it. I was just saying like, we moving right now, and he getting on my nerves. So, but I'm gonna get us back together. Monet, let me tell you what I did. And they dropping comments like I'm gonna use them, like I'm gonna be back in the kitchen, which is crazy.
What was it?
You gonna redo it?
I basically made like a breakfast hash, if you will. Mm-hmm. So Ben made steak and potatoes the night before. Mm-hmm. I simply repurposed the potatoes. So put the potatoes in a skillet, put a couple pieces of bacon in the skillet, some onion, breakfast, and some eggs.
Okay, now are these is the bacon chopped up, or you just put whole sticks of bacon in some?
No. I cut the bacon up with some scissors. Okay. With some cooking scissors.
Okay.
Well, they came with the knife set.
Okay. Not Wild's craft scissors.
Right.
Okay.
Not even that.
Okay.
I'm in there. So this is what
Gucci's. It was Gucci's shearing scissors.
Yes. I shaved the dog, shaved my pits, and then I used the same set. And then, okay, so this is what I forgot to do that has the video trending worldwide. I forgot to take a little bit of the skin off of the onion. You know, like the brown skin.
Amber.
Oh, is that a bad thing?
I don't cook. It's like the nasty outer shell.
Right.
It's flaky, but you can just eat it.
You can A, eat it, or you can B, which people clearly didn't see that I did. Once I realized the top layer that I had cut all had the brown skin on it, I just picked around it. Like I just picked up onions that were around it.
Got it.
Now, here's the meal in question. The meal that has culinary experts in a tizzy. There are the onions. No, those are potatoes. Those are the onions. The onions in question.
Work.
Well, okay, Amber, do your family like noodles?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you should let me. I have one meal. You should let me come over and cook my one meal for your family. It is vegetarian. So I don't know if your family is gonna eat a vegetarian meal. We can throw chicken in there if you need it.
Or if it got cheese in it, Wild's eating it.
There's no cheese. It's vegan. It's a vegan vegetarian noodle dish. And when I say noodle dish, I mean it is literally ramen noodles. But I make it in a way that is really. I have never had anyone eat it and say it wasn't good ever. Me and Monet got into a cooking competition on the show, and this dish won.
So what? So if it's
I whooped Monet's ass in the cooking
what's the flavor profile if it's no meat in it?
Okay, so you get the soy sauce.
Wait, let's take a break and then tell us after about your little crunchy little meal.
Going online without ExpressVPN is like driving without car insurance. You might be a great driver, but with all the crazy people on the road these days, why would you want to take that risk? The same goes for your online safety. You never know when something unexpected will happen. And the last thing you want is to be caught off guard. Every time you connect to an unencrypted network, whether it's at a cafe, an airport, or a hotel, your online data is completely vulnerable. Anyone on the same network can potentially grab your personal information like passwords, bank logins, and even credit card details. And it doesn't take a genius to do it, okay? With just some cheap hardware, even a smart 12-year-old could hack you. And that's why using ExpressVPN has become a no-brainer for me. For me, it's all about peace of mind. I use ExpressVPN whenever I'm traveling or working in public spaces because it creates a secure, encrypted tunnel between my device and the internet. That means my data stays private and secure no matter where I am. And it's super easy to use. Just one click and I am protected. Plus, ExpressVPN works on all my devices, phone, laptop, tablet. So I am covered no matter where I go. Another reason I love ExpressVPN is how secure it is. It would take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to break through their encryption. That's a level of protection that you can't just get anywhere else, okay? So if you want to stay safe and secure online, do yourself a favor and start using ExpressVPN today. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/rivalry. That's expressvpn.com/rivalry and get an extra 3 months free using expressvpn.com/rivalry. So I take the soy sauce ramen noodles, the ramen noodles in the blue pack, right?
Okay.
And then first of all, this is Monet's mistake. This is how, well, not her mistake. This is how Monet cook noodles, which is crazy. You boil the water first. You do not put the noodles in the water while it's cold. That is you're gonna agree with that. You're gonna end up with mushy noodles, which is what Monet ended up with. And then you once the water's boiling, you put the noodles in there. It'll take like 2 minutes for it to get soft. As soon as they are breaking up, you don't wait until they're soft. As soon as they start to break up, you pour out like 80% of the water, and then you put in the sauce pack, the seasoning pack, and then you add, hear me out, a scoop or 2 scoops of peanut butter. I prefer chunky peanut butter. And then you pour in some sriracha sauce, and you can add in like some of those pre-mixed peas, carrots, like the pre-mixed veggies.
Frozen veggies.
Yeah, frozen. You can throw in the frozen veggies too. And it is so good. You feel like you're at a Thai restaurant. You would think Emerald, is it Sagasi? What's his name? Emerald Lagasse came by and made you some spiced peanut noodles. They are very good. And if you want, I can test them out on you first before you feed them to your child.
It's a peanut sauce.
I want to know, the bitch that judged it was a woman in her early hundreds who has not had a meal in 20 years. The skinny white woman that don't eat food. So how's she gonna judge a cooking competition?
Yeah, we don't trust skinny cooks. What Monique said.
Do you? Okay, how about this? Do you want to? So Amber's thick. Amber is younger than me. She's probably younger than you. Probably. So since you're so confident, do you want to remake the exact same meal for Amber Wallen right now?
I would like
Size
to.
12 and ups. I would like that.
Okay,
Yes.
Monet, no, you cannot try to switch it up. You have to make what you made for Sherry Vine.
I will make a noodle. I will make a ramen noodle dish for Sherry.
No, not a ramen noodle dish. The ramen noodle dish.
Okay,
Your
okay. Some things I messed up last time. I'm not gonna repeat the same mistakes I did last time. I'm gonna
But you can't change the flavor profile. You can't.
No, it's gonna be. I had chicken in mind, and I also had peanuts and stuff in mind. I know what I'm doing.
You know, you took my peanuts.
Okay, because we were at your house, but you were supposed to get peanuts for all of us.
No, you never wanted peanuts. I got peanuts for myself. But then Monet saw me garnishing my dish, and she got jealous because she saw me garnishing the plate.
Auntie, you supposed to grab 2 bags of peanuts.
Thank you.
That's the precedent that you have set.
No, Amber. I asked Monet, I said, what do you need me to grab? I will grab whatever you need. I grabbed everything Monet asked for. Monet did not ask for the peanuts. Monet saw my peanuts. And then she was like, oh, I'm gonna get a little extra now.
Monet,
Anyway,
did you copy off of Bob's test?
I did not, Miss Wallen. But something that Amber and Ben put me on, and it really is working as a therapeutic device for me and Andy communication, is Overcooked. Overcooked really is like out here teaching communication and how to communicate and work through problems. That shit.
You think you in love? Play Overcooked with your man.
Girl, it truly will get your relationship together. I'm obsessed.
So so I play Overcooked with Peppermint sometimes. And then one time Jacob's parents were in town. I was like, do y'all want to play Overcooked? Baby, Rose was in her Overcooked bag. Rose was like plans. Rose was like, all right, we're gonna do this. We got this. Jacob was like, I need a break.
Cutting onions. And I love, ain't no peels on those onions. So we don't have to worry about going viral.
Jacob was like, I need a break. So Amber, can we talk about your stand-up comedy journey and your, because you're doing it like the tried and true, the real comics way, which is so fierce.
Yeah, I'm kind of going backwards, but I'm excited about that. So okay, I'll rewind a little bit. So I was in Chicago doing like sketch, improv, and a little bit of stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
This is pre-pandemic. So I left the classroom and I was like, Ben, can you be the breadwinner? I really want to like full throttle try this acting comedy thing. And so I was understudying this show at Second City. If you're familiar with Chicago, Second City Training Center is like a big stage there if you want to be a comedian. So I was understudying a show at Second City. And then like to bring in a little bit more money, I was a full-time yoga teacher. And then when pandemic happened, hot yoga at Core Power Yoga. Are y'all familiar with Core Power?
No,
I watched the documentary about Bikram though. That was crazy.
Right. We had one Bikram style class there too. It was called like HPF. But yeah, I was a full yoga instructor by day and then stage performer by night. So like Annoyance, Second City, all of that. And then during the pandemic, I'm talking like maybe 24 hours into the pandemic, I was laid off from the yoga studio and the comedy club.
Yeah,
dang, that's crazy.
So I was like, you know what, Ben, maybe I was maybe making like one video a week at that time. I was like, maybe like all of these sketch ideas that I have, I can just make those into TikToks or something. And that was kind of right when everybody was home with nothing to do but be on their phones. Mm-hmm. So I think if you decide to create during the pandemic or start a podcast during the pandemic, you pussy popping right now because you've done the work. So that's how I really started making more videos, and now I'm kind of in this really sweet spot I'm excited about where I'm kind of like, I actually have like the space and the financials to just dive back into more stage stuff. And then when the stage stuff gets really, really strong, I already have like the built-in audience, which is like
that's fierce. Super
exciting. And it's nice because I just haven't been on stage in a while, and sometimes you're like, well, this will hit on the internet because I got the wig and the background and the family of it all. But will these toddler jokes translate to the stage? Yeah. And it's been going very, very well. Like it's interesting how you can kind of trust your comedic instinct and be like, if I sharpen here and there, like this still works.
I mean, you're a very funny person. You're very. I love that Ben had your back. Jacob, can you financially take care of me while I pursue acting and comedy? Jacob,
if you want to, I'm sure we can figure something out.
Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate
you need that person.
Yeah,
like for real.
But now Ben has become so much a part of also like your comedy. So like when y'all are doing, so is Ben also trying to do get in these comedy streets, or he's just letting you dictate and tread the path forward?
Oh no, he knows that this has been. He knows he lives within the Amber cinematic universe. So he's like, do your thing. I want to read my comic books and my books and take care of my baby. Like
he's a full-time stay-at-home dad, yeah?
Yes, he is.
Work.
I mean, if someone called Ben, okay, Ben is really level-headed. If someone was like, Ben, you're kind of beta, would he be like, yeah, fully?
Oh, for sure.
Work. Love that.
He would, yeah, girl,
He would
fully
love
beta.
that. He's like, it pays to be beta. He's like, I don't want to be alpha.
Y'all don't know this beta shit is it gives. Baby, you're eating good. I'm reading comic books. You're out there with a hard hat on. I'm reading comic books, baby.
Right. He has alpha moments. Like I'm somebody who is okay. I'm gonna ask y'all who y'all are in this in the relationship world.
Okay. Wait,
when it comes to traveling, especially.
Wait, hold on. I think Bob went to.
I'm listening. My computer. I just had to. My computer was dying, so I had to grab my charger.
So when you go to the airport with your man, I feel like one person, it's two types of people in this world, right? It's one person that did all of I booked the flights. I know where we're going. I know what rental car we're getting. I know where our seats are, whatever. And it's one person just like, tell me where we're going, where we're flying to, because I don't even know. That's me.
You're the so Ben is like the scheduler and like we're going this way, blah 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 blah, and then you're like I'm just along for the ride. Let's do the thing.
Right, because I feel like when it comes to the comedy and all the business stuff, like I have to be so alpha with all that stuff.
When it comes to leisure stuff,
when it comes to like our vacations and high level logistics, like I can't do any of that stuff at all.
Andy is a big planner. But so like we're kind of do both. Andy's a big planner. He likes to like if we're like going on because when I used to vacation or even when my family hangs out, we're just at home chilling, nothing. Bitch, I had my first white people Christmas 2 years ago.
Right.
We got there. There was 3 events a day, and we were going snowboarding here, and we were going to the Meow Wolf, and we're going to the See the Lights, and it was like a regimented schedule. Which I have never spent a holiday like that ever. So that's very how Andy's oriented. But because I travel so much, when we travel, like I know all the travel details because I'm traveling like 4 days a week. So I'm like, we're going like I have my eyes set like on my brain is regimented that way. But for like planning like a vacation and shit like that, Andy's a planner on that. I just like go along for the ride.
For me, it depends on the partner that I'm with. I mean, sometimes I do do what?
Work.
2 peanuts, two peanuts, decks of spades, and
3
peanuts.
I mean, Jacob is like, we'll have and have it. Like, I'll get the flights, but then Jacob will plan the car.
Got you.
But then with like my other partners, I'll plan like everything.
When you what?
Like with me and Tam, I'll plan like everything. Like I'll plan the whole thing.
Yeah,
got it.
So it really just depends on the partner, or even if it's like a friendship thing. Me and Mo are pretty well. For me and Mo, it's more like whose idea was this?
Yeah,
got it.
The idea will plan it, and because we have the same management too. They also help a lot with that. So like when we went to go see Lizzo, for example, like our manager like took care of the hotel and he helped to book it for us, even though we paid for it. They like booked our flights and hotels, so we don't have to worry about shit like that.
Yeah.
And like for example, I want to plan a game night, but I'm playing it at Monet's house. So I have this grand idea for this game night that is like gonna be it's a sleepover game night.
Oh,
it's gonna be super. Exactly. It's going to be a super exclusive sleepover game night that I have planned.
Yeah, I've been to one of these.
Where we're basically going to play the traders overnight. That's kind of the plan, and see who. But me and Monet plan it. But I'm gonna get outfits. Or at least hats, maybe just hats.
Just hats. I mean, there's no space. We could do it. We could do it. But we can easily sleep 10 people here.
I was like, you taking measurements? Oh, or maybe
no, I'm not. I'm just getting
gloves,
glasses, a boa, a scarf, an earring, clip-on earrings. You know what I mean?
Yes, just some prop glasses. That's all.
I mean, I do in my mind. I want it to be in full costume because not really. I want to be like more murder mystery, more like up to date, not like in a castle with all that stuff. I wanted to be like the doctor and the teacher and the movie star and the shady
Very
accountant that
Clue.
always
Very
ended up in his
Clue.
house.
Yeah, but you need instead of like Colonel Mustard, it needs to be like the YouTuber. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, that's
God.
good. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Now Amber trying to wiggle into the party.
You know, I never
Wait, do you do
played Clue.
YouTube?
I never played boring games like that. I feel like boring games like Clue and like Monopoly and shit, they're so basic.
Some listener just cried right
They're
now.
basic. We've
What
leveled
makes
up
Monopoly
now.
boring? Monopoly can be
It's
one
long
of the
though.
Monopoly can be one of the craziest games. Outside of maybe a sore loser in Uno, Monopoly gets insane. People are
Yeah.
flipping boards. People are crying because you are losing over the long game. Like you are just
Right.
losing hard for a long time.
What do you think about the lessons that Monopoly taught us? Monopoly is such a bad game. It is literally a game about capitalism and fucking taking over everyone and fucking monopolizing everything. It is what a horrible lesson to teach children. We were like, yeah, let's play Monopoly. I'm gonna buy all the property. You have to pay me all your money. You're gonna go to jail. It's crazy.
Or is it teaching you when you feel bad? You're like, oh, I don't think that capitalism is good. I felt bad this whole game. That never felt good.
You can't see that as a child.
Exactly, Amber. You don't see that. You're like, no, I want to be the one in charge. I want to be pulling the strings.
But you see how hard it is.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'd be like, all right, I know I can't own the most property, but if I get them railroads.
Oh my God. All my friends who were good at Monopoly as a kid grew up to be scammers. That shit is kind of
their names.
The Monopoly to scammer pipeline is wild.
Name one of the scammers.
I'm gonna say, but you have to bleep it.
Wait, from
what?
Do I know him?
No. You don't.
Y'all still friends too? Or have y'all had an intervention
No,
with
we're not friends. It's like a childhood friend, but he grew up to be a scammer, like went to jail scammer.
I mean, I feel like, have y'all known a couple of scammers in your adulthood? I mean, in the nightlife, I met a few. Like in nightlife, when you work in nightlife, there are some scam artists in these streets.
Yeah,
it's kind of wild, actually.
It's hard because it's like I feel like there are some people who I think genuinely they don't know that what they're a part of is a scam. Like, and then there are some people who obviously know, like, I'm a scammer. This is how I get over on people. I sell these courses for this amount. But there are some people that I'm like, baby, you're in a pyramid scheme.
Like Mary Kay?
Yeah, like, yes. Like Avon. I don't, like, my mom sold Mary Kay. So I was like, looking back now, I don't think she would have classified herself as a scammer. Like, she got scammed and was just trying to sell the makeup.
Yeah, because they sell everyone this thing about getting this goddamn pink Cadillac.
Yes, the pink Cadillac.
The pink Cadillac.
Wait, what was the pink Cadillac?
That was it right there. When you got a pink Mary Kay checkbook, you run yours.
Bobby, you know about this?
The pink?
Oh, like that was the beacon that you were a Mary Kay success story when you got the pink checkbook and when you sold enough that the company gives you a pink Cadillac. It's like a millennial blush pink Cadillac that was yours. Like that was like, well, that means like I like turned the party at Mary Kay and I'm like the best one.
Do they still give out pink Cadillacs?
I don't know. But also,
did anyone ever get one? That's the question.
I've seen them on the street. I've definitely seen them on the street for sure.
Those are the times where I'm like, did you even know that you were a part of this?
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That pink Cadillac.
But that's the truth about it. But how would you know, like, especially as little girls, if you were conditioned from like Girl Scouts on, like in your brain, like, you're like, how is this any different? Like, I was convinced to sell Girl Scout cookies.
Oh my God, is that a scamming? Oh my God, are the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts cookies a scam?
I don't think.
I mean, I don't know if that's a scam, but it is child labor, and the kids don't make money for it. So,
and the Boy Scouts was most definitely predatory. Did y'all see that documentary?
The who?
Boy Scouts of America.
No, I didn't see that.
See it. I was a Boy Scout though.
There was a very sad Netflix documentary about Boy Scouts that you should watch. I can't remember. Maybe it's called like Scouts Honor or something like that. But it blew the lid open on what happens when people who are Scoutmasters become leaders that no background checks, like are taking lots of groups of kids in the woods. Like we can.
Yeah,
I've noticed this: where there is homophobia, there is usually predatory behavior.
Right?
Are the Boy Scouts homophobic?
Yes, they were homophobic for quite a while. Scout leaders can't be gay. Boy Scouts couldn't say they were gay. They were also saying that young trans boys couldn't join the Boy Scouts.
Right.
And then who is that? Who is that? The lieutenant governor, guy running for lieutenant governor right now, who they just clocked his porn account. Jacob, look up his name.
The black. He was.
Gatz?
I was
Mike Gatz or something.
I was
Is that
literally
him?
just listening to this on the radio.
He's like Trump's pick for lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
Of what state? I cannot remember.
I don't
North
remember either.
Carolina.
But yeah, he had like a whole like.
I believe it was North Carolina.
He wanted
Yeah, I
to
think
bring
North
like
Carolina,
saying like we need to bring slavery back. Trump called him Martin Luther on steroids and stuff like that.
Black Nazi,
Black Nazi.
Mike Robinson or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name,
Yeah,
Jacob?
that's his name.
What is it?
Robinson. It's his last name is Robinson. And his first name is. They're just referring to him as Robinson.
Imagine
Mark
hearing
Robinson.
a black person in
Mark Robinson, that's his name.
in 2024 is saying that we should. I'm a black Nazi. We should bring slavery back. Like that is crazy. What made you hate yourself so much that you believe this shit like that?
So you know the tea about him?
What?
So he's a scam artist. He and his wife were running a daycare. They got so many health code violations and so many citations and so many problems that instead of actually fixing it, they just sold the daycare to get rid of it. He was running basically a poorly run daycare, and apparently he also misappropriated campaign funds and is currently in litigation, or I don't know what the word is, about to have a trial down, trying to figure out what to do about that. So obviously, but also I was trying to figure out what about him is Martin Luther King. He's a pastor and he's black. Like what else? Like what about his policies? What about his word? Like he was just like black pastor. Martin Luther King on steroids.
Does he have kids? Yeah.
I mean, at this point, we know, y'all. He just says shit. Like he's literally no right. He just says things.
Who, Trump? No,
there's no rhyme or reason. It's so.
Did y'all see? When, not to make it all about this, but did y'all see Janet Jackson recently?
Girl.
Okay, so you know there is a certain.
I'm gonna pull up the thing the quote. Go ahead.
There's a certain age of black queer people where they really, really love Janet Jackson, and
of course,
and
Peppermint,
and I mean really love, and it's like 43 to like 54. When I say they love Janet Jackson, they don't love Janet Jackson like the rest of us love. They don't fuck around about Janet Jackson, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh, Rob's gonna, because Rob, my assistant, I was like, oh, he's gonna have to find out about Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson said, well, I heard she wasn't black. That's what I heard.
So Janet Jackson said, she was doing an interview for magazine, and she said, well, you know what they supposedly said? She's not black. That's what I heard, that she's Indian. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't, well, you know what they said? You know what they supposedly said? She's not black. That's what I heard.
Do the laugh. You have to do the laugh.
That's she's Indian. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told they discovered her father is white. Like, honestly, and like I get people want to be tapped out because it's too much, but at this point, you cannot say. I don't really know what's going on. I don't watch it. I don't know nothing about the election or whatever. But I heard she white.
I do think she white though. That's what I heard.
We should have known. You remember when Janet Jackson was asked about like hot Cheetos, and she was like, "A hot Cheeto? What is that?"
What?
Like, that shit was our first.
I don't remember this.
This is why that's not weird to me. Janet Jackson has been a star and wealthy her entire life. I don't think that the Jacksons were eating hot Cheetos. I don't think that the Jacksons were having the experiences that the rest of us lowly people were having. I don't think she eats hot. I just don't think she eats hot. Now, we'll see Britney Spears eating McDonald's because Britney Spears wasn't always wealthy. She wasn't always famous. Janet Jackson was never not wealthy and famous. You know what I mean?
When they were little kids in Gary, Indiana.
Right.
But no, she's the youngest one,
but also,
y'all.
hot Cheetos wasn't around back then.
The older ones were the ones who were like doing all the work, and Janet Jackson, I mean, who went through the brokenness. I think by the time Janet Jackson was, you know,
no. In the movie, no, she had some brokenness going on for a little while.
What question was asked to her that elicited that response? I'm not trying to blame the Guardian interviewer, but what was the question like? What are your thoughts about the Harris Waltz ticket? And she said,
black.
Right. I was like, what was the question?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was crazy.
But the gag is people are like, oh, Janet don't know what hot Cheetos are, but y'all believe that fucking Hillary had hot sauce in her bag swag on the breakfast on the breakfast club talking about I got hot sauce in my bag.
I mean, according to people, Hillary Clinton allegedly she really be carrying hot sauce in her bag.
I do not believe Hillary Clinton has a bottle of hot sauce in her purse.
Hillary read her assistant's notes that day, and the assistant said, "You're going to the Breakfast Club,
girl.
This is what's hot right now. Let me set you up." And so Janet did not consult her assistant or her team.
Janet has apologized. Janet Jackson reportedly apologized to Kamala Harris, blames misinformation for the comments. Well, she's correcting. So Janet, Janet, I hope everyone can. I don't know.
No, there's more. Read this next headline.
Janet Jackson. Didn't she say that she was like, I didn't issue that apology?
Oh, Janet Jackson's apology for ill-informed comments about Kamala Harris was not authorized, according to Variety.
Wait. When it wasn't authorized, meaning like what? Like I said it, but I don't want you to.
Julie, I didn't say that. My team said that, but I didn't say sorry.
Right. Somebody on her team was like, let's get behind this now. Absolutely not. She apologized. And she was like, I didn't apologize.
That was literally a Demi Lovato song. Her team said, baby, I'm sorry. Janet Jackson said, I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Also, when you have that much of fame and wealth, like at least these aren't even like she like. I guess she doesn't really. I mean, I don't want to put words in her mouth or whatever, but she probably doesn't even care about the election. She's like, whatever, like whoever wins.
Well, that's a bold assumption.
I mean, but to walk around and say some crazy shit like she's not black. I heard her daddy was white. Like, clearly you're not tapped in to like be conscious of what that all means and the ramifications of it. And then when your team apologizes, you're like, bitch, I ain't say that. Like it's like it doesn't matter.
Well, there are lots of people who are publicly saying Kamala Harris is not black, but they care about the election. So I don't know that saying you don't care about.
But those people have the same power and money that Janet Jackson has.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
Well, he is literally her opponent.
And lots of other like but I mean it is usually a conservative talking point. But yeah, lots of people who care about the election are certainly spreading the misinformation that Kamala Harris is not black.
That Janet is a Trump supporter. I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just speculating.
I just worry about Janet's ticket sales after this. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine.
She finished her tour already.
Yeah.
I know, but you can't. I feel like that will be slightly impacted, right? Like, y'all remember when Chrisette Michele sang at Trump's inauguration?
Girl, we have not heard from her since.
And she was never seen again. That was the end of the book.
Well, the question: do you remember when Jennifer Holliday accepted to sing at the inauguration?
Mm-hmm. I remember that too.
And they let her have it.
But that's what I'm saying. So this wasn't a Trump endorsement, but it was like, okay, Janet, remember who buys your tickets now.
Mm-hmm.
Watch yourself. Like I think I will be interested if she goes on tour again, how the tickets sell. I'm sure they'll be fine, but I'm sure they'll be fluctuated a little bit because we don't forget. We love keeping score of like, oh, you want tickets now? Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, Janet Jackson being like, I ain't sorry is so wild.
That's the wild part. That's the crazy part.
Who's sorry?
She kind of ate that. I'm not even gonna hold her. Like,
oh my God.
Ever.
No, I don't agree with anything she said. I want to be clear about that.
Yeah.
But
I will say that is some Monet Exchange shit. I'm not sorry, knowing she wrong. I'm not sorry.
Your whole team crafts an apology, and she says no, and they're like, "Well, we're just gonna submit it through." I said no, heifer.
A lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually a part of Monet's PR team. I'm probably one of Monet's main publicists.
You cannot pay me. You cannot pay me enough to be on my fucking team. No, thank you.
First of all, let me tell you right now, it is hard work. When I tell y'all I am constantly in the middle of a PR nightmare with my clients.
Oh, you mean like when you said abolish libraries? Like that?
And I stand by it.
We know.
Has your team ever been urging you to issue an apology for something and then you're like, I'm still not?
I've never done anything in that crazy.
Yeah, no, I've never been like, I ain't never said nothing that crazy.
My craziest PR thing was the Meghan McCain thing, which again, stuff like that be like blown up for you, but to the world, like it was really inconsequential. But that was like my craziest thing.
Then when they tried to fight Meghan McCain online.
Oh yeah, we did. I didn't try to fight her. I just literally laughed. I retweeted a Whoopi Goldberg thing of the girl, please stop talking. And Meghan McCain got mad.
And then Meghan McCain unfollowed Monet on social media.
And blocked me on everything.
Retweets are bullets these days.
They
Hey, can I
are.
say something real quick to everyone? I really need to say this out loud. I need to make this abundantly clear to everyone here. I do not know. What's her name? Amber Rose.
Oh.
Like, y'all, people keep tagging me. If it's your friend, she's not my friend. I have spoken to Amber Rose one time in my life. I did her podcast. We are not buddies. We do not hang out. We do not kiki. I do not know Amber Rose. I think everyone thinks that because I was on her podcast that we are good Judies. I do not know her. I don't know. I do not know that lady.
Yikes. Yeah. She's
Come on here. You get to tag people like, ain't this your friend?
All the time, girl. And then the gag is when we did her podcast, she started saying some like race and colors and stuff on the podcast. And people, you can see Bob and I literally being like,
oh, y'all had a who is it? A shits and gigs moment.
No, because they was laughing. I was like, well, that's not quite how that works. I was like, that's not.
Wait, so was this part cut then out of the
It's
interview?
still in there.
No, it's in
It's
there.
still there. I was like, I can't remember exactly what I said.
I think she was like, because the topic of interracial dating came up, and she was like, I like the Asians. I'm into the Asians now.
She said she likes race play.
Oh, she likes race play. That's what it was.
That's what she said. And I was like, oh, do you? And then she was like, saying she wasn't black. And I was like, well, that's not really how that. If you have a black parent, you're black. That just is what it is. I mean, I haven't watched the interview since. I don't think I actually. I mean,
I haven't watched.
watch
I just remember from the recording. I don't watch.
I don't normally watch podcasts that I'm on, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I can see you both being like work.
Have you been in any drama like that, Amber? No, I feel like I've never seen any TikTok drama, any type of salacious anything.
No, I mean I've definitely had ain't this your friend? This situation come up many a time, but everybody knows. Like for the most part, I don't make any. I don't want to call it like reactionary content, but I'll do some topical stuff, but I'm not going to do it not from like my POV or one of my characters' POV. Like I mostly have I don't know. I try to keep it about me and my family. Like it's enough stuff that's happened in my life.
Jacob brought up the
right.
Jacob zooming in on the onion peels.
Yes. I don't even know how to peel an onion. You know, I got enough problems over here. We're moving in the morning, and I mean, 2 hours ago, I was rummaging through boxes trying to find something to wear for this. Like, so I really, I be posting and ghosting.
You look beautiful.
For the most part. Thank you so much.
And before we go, you have the mullet.
Unopened boxes back at the apartment right now that I got to go close when I leave here.
Before we go, you have the mullet now.
I do. It's not giving what it needs to give. I'm going back on October 6th. When does this come out? Nope. Yes. I'm going back for phase 2. Because I had to do... Have you ever tried to squeeze a whole bunch of services into one day? And eventually the stylist is like, we cannot finish this today.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So the day that I went, I had to do like... take down my hair, detox my locks, add on some more locks, color those locks. And it got to the point where we were like, we on hour 12. You got to come back.
Work. Yeah.
Well, I think your hair looks really beautiful right now.
In these hair streets, I've never had a hair anything. The most thing I used to do when I was in high school was escrow my hair sometimes. That was literally it.
Well, not to be shady,
escrow girl,
but you did start, you lost it pretty early. You was early in the
You like a year after me.
No. I saw your pictures in college. I saw your pictures in college.
This is have y'all seen the 2 plus size girls that's online right now? Well, it's not even 2. It's mostly one person coming for our queen Samira.
It's the big back button with the big back. Put the big back goes on the big. Yeah.
Bob is doing the whole like I'm not plus size. I'm 1X.
No, what I'm saying is Monet. My journey was I had time to play with the locks, with the hair, with the 4C.
But who do we see in front of us today, Bob?
Thank you.
Beautiful.
That's right,
gorgeous.
A beautiful. And
I could grow this back if I wanted to. Y'all saw that picture of me a couple of Christmas ago with a full head of hair.
Okay, George Jefferson.
Y'all saw that picture of me with a full head. Jacob, I mean, Jay, put up the picture of me here with a full head of hair right here.
This is from a year ago?
This is from 2-3 years ago.
Amber,
Oh.
Amber, stop believing what this nigga's telling you. He ain't got no damn hair full of hair.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
We know what we're looking at. That we're looking at a damn toupee.
Excuse me. You got some nerve.
Wait,
You know
so you shaved your head during the pandemic? That's
Yeah,
not right.
Oh. Jacob, I can't.
Oh, this was all you 2 years ago. Okay.
Amber, on that note, thank you so much for joining us. Y'all, please look out for Amber on her comedy journey. Go support. Amber is so fucking funny. So watch her TikToks and go see her live do some comedy in IRL.
Please
where
come on
where
down.
can they find you online, Amber?
You can find me at Burr I Am on most platforms. That's BURR_. Please don't forget the underscore. I am. Oh, you look so handsome.
Full head of hair.
Beautiful now. Yes. Wow, you look so over it.
That's my always face. That's my favorite face. All right. Thank you, Amber, for joining us.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.